Heckelbeck casts a spell. Chapter 5. Timber! Heidi stopped thinking about casting spells and worked on getting along with others. When Milan made fun of her clothes, Heidi ignored her. When Travels gave the evil eye, she pretended not to notice. And when Lucky wanted to be first on the monkey bars, Heidi let her go first. Heidi was a good citizen for 3 whole weeks. But then everything went bonkers at dress rehearsal. Heidi rubbed brown face on her face and hands to look like trees bark. Then she helped Lucky stuff her curly dark hair into old lady wig. "Hello, Auntie Anne," said Heidi. Lucky laughed. "You should see my munchkin wig," said Lucky. She pulled another wig from her bucket. It had orange curly hair with rubber bald patch in front. "Scary, right?" said Lucky. Heidi laughed so hard she snorted. "What's so funny?" asked Bruce. Heidi and Lucky turned around. Bruce had a silver face paint, silver clothes, and a kitchen Funko on top of his head. He held a plastic axe in his hand. The girls laughed even harder. "I'm the Tin Man," said Bruce. "So what?" "So you look like you belong in a junkyard," said Lucky. "Well, you look like you belong in an old folks' home," said Bruce. "And Heidi looks like she belongs in a pigsty," said Milan. Milan was wearing her dirty costume, but she acted like the Wicked Witch. Miss Nollywogs, her drama teacher, clapped her hands. "Please put on your costume, Heidi," she said. Heidi joined 2 other students who were scary apple trees. They already had their own costume. Miss Nollywogs lowered the cardboard tree trunk over Heidi's body. Heidi could barely move. She had to twist the trunk to find the hole for her face. Then she poked her arms through the holes on either side of the tree. "Hold your arms in the air like branches," said Miss Nollywogs. Heidi held her arms. She felt like a total ding-dong. "Places, please, everyone," called Miss Nollywogs. "Now, let's start by practicing the apple tree scene." "Come on, Stanley," said Milan. Her rubby slippers clacked down the stairs in front of the stage. She held a basket with a stuffed tutu freaking out. Stanley Stonewrecker had the part of the scarecrow. He was Milan's closest friend. "Action!" said Miss Nollywogs. Dorothy ran up the stairs onto the stage. "Oh, look," she said, apples. She tried to pick an apple from one of the trees, but it slapped her hand. Ouch! Cried Dorothy. Get your grubby paws off my apples, said the tree. Did you see something? Asked Dorothy. We did have talking trees and Kansas. Go on, pick on somewhere else, said the tree. Yeah, said the second tree. Heidi watched from the hole and heard tree. Come on, Dorothy, said the scarecrow. You don't want to eat these rummy apples. How dare you make fun of my apples, said the first tree. Fire away, guys. The tree launches their squirt-form apples. Dorothy and the scarecrow dodged the apples. They also picked up a few for Dorothy's basket. When Dorothy stood up, she bumped one of Heidi's branches on purpose. Heidi's costume stiff to one side. Help! Cried Heidi. I can't see. She teetered one way and then tottered the other. She turned in suckers and splat. Heidi trapped over the center stage. Timber! Said Milan. She nudged Stanley, and then both laughed. Heidi could hear Miss Nollywog's scurry across the stage. She put Heidi's costume up. Are you okay, dear? Asked Miss Nollywog's. Heidi's hair was tangled and stuck to her face paint. She felt too embarrassed to notice if she was hurt. I'm fine, said Heidi. But Heidi wasn't fine. She was furious. That Milan needed to learn a lesson once and for all. Chapter 6. Frankie. The spell was back on. Tomorrow was opening night, and Heidi had to find the rest of the ingredients. She still needed an eye of gingerbread man, black plastic spider, one piece of straw, one teaspoon of salt, 3 cornflakes, sour yummy worms, puppy tooth, tablespoon of catnips, splashes of water. Heidi studied the list. Candy will be easy, she thought. She ran to the kitchen pantry and found the plastic Halloween pumpkins. She dumped the leftover candy in the floor and sniffed through mini candy bars and loose candy corn. Then a glittering gem in a treasure chest. Heidi uncovered a plastic spider. Yes, said Heidi. Give it, said Henry, or I tell. Wait, said Heidi. I'll trade my mini lightsaber I got at the bugger pit. Done, said Heidi. It's on my nightstand, said Heidi. Henry bowled upstairs. Phew, thought Heidi. But she still needed sour gummy. worms. Heidi's mother loves sour gummies, gummy worms, gummy bears, you name it. Heidi tiptoed across the kitchen and pulled open her mother's secret candy drawer. She saw butterscotch candies and mints. They have to be anywhere somewhere, she thought. She reached farther into the drawer. Her hand hit something. Aha! Heidi pulled out a small crumpled bag. The bag left the drawer. She peeked inside. She saw red lichens and saw gummy worms. Score! Said Heidi. She quickly stuffed 2 sour gummy worms into her pouch and 1 into her mouth. Heidi, called Mom, it's time to go. Heidi shoveled the bag back in the drawer. Okay, said Heidi, trying to act normal. Heidi had a play date with Bruce. He had asked her over to see his laboratory. Mom drove Heidi to Bruce's house. She answered the door to his white lab coat and safety glasses. His puppy, Frankie, wagged his tail and barked at Heidi. Heidi let Frankie sniff her hand. Has he lost any teeth yet? Asked Heidi. Not that I knew of, said Bruce. Heidi followed Bruce down to the basement. She looked around at all his experiments. Bruce had built a robot and a tornado made out of chicken wire and cotton balls. Some things were left top secret. Would you like to see how the bigger sticker works? Asked Bruce. Sure, said Heidi. Bruce tapped some keys on his computer. Heidi watched it scream. She saw something moving. That's Frankie, said Bruce. Heidi couldn't see Frankie, but he could see what he was doing. Is he supposed to eating hamburger buns? Asked Heidi. Bruce looked closely at the screen. Oh no, he said. Come on. Heidi and Bruce raced up to the stairs to the kitchen. There they found Frankie happy, munching on hamburger rolls and wagging his tail. Bruce tugged on the bag of rolls. Frankie growled playfully. Give him a chew toy, said Bruce. Heidi spotted a blanket of chew toys and grabbed a plastic pork chop. Here, Frankie, said Heidi, waving the pork chop back and forth. Frankie had no interest in the fake pork chop. He barked and whizzed on the hamburger rolls, which were now on the counter. Heidi was about to toss the pork chop back into the basket when she noticed something stuck in the side. It was a tooth. I found a puppy tooth in the chew toy, said Heidi. Let me see, said Bruce. Heidi picked the tooth out of the pork chop and handed it to Bruce. That's so cool, said Bruce. He pulled a magnifying glass out of his lab coat to get a better look. May I still trade you for a shark tooth? Asked Heidi. She tried not to sound too eager. Sure, said Bruce. I'd much rather have a shark tooth any day. He handed the tooth to Heidi, and she popped it into her pouch. Now she popped it into her pouch. Now she had nearly all the ingredients for her spell. Just 3 more to go, and a scene pail. I'm gonna bring a shark tooth to school tomorrow, said Heidi. Cool, said Bruce. Then they dumped back down the stairs to the basement to check out some more science experiments. Chapter 7. Showtime. Butterflies Jitterbox Showtime. Well, almost. Heidi had 4 hours before opening night. She had to find a couple more spell ingredients. The splashes of water would be easy. So would the spell pail. The piece of straw and the eye of a gingerbread man will be trickier. After school, Heidi's mother took Henry and Heidi to Lulu's bakery. Mom had ordered cupcakes for the cast party. Heidi prayed she would find the eye of gingerbread man at the bakery. This would be her only chance. Heidi stayed up while Henry and Mom followed Lily back to the store. When there was far enough away, Heidi turned back to the lady behind the counter. Do you have eyes for gingerbread people? She whispered. The lady thought for a moment. They're out of season, she said, but I'll check. She opened and closed several little drawers. Then she pulled out a small strip of paper. The paper was dotted with teeny sets of candy eyes. How many you need? Asked the lady. Just one, said Heidi. One eye? One eye did sound of strange. I mean 1 pair, said Heidi. Here, said the lady. Take what's left on the sheet. How much? Said Heidi. No charge, said the lady, and she handed the strip of candy eyes to Heidi. Thank you, said Heidi. She gently folded the paper and put it in her pouch. Lily carried the cupcakes to the counter. Each cupcake had a Wizard of Oz topper. I want to do, said Henry. I want the ruby slippers, said Heidi. Heidi's mom paid for the cupcakes and Then she went home to pick up Dad. I forgot something in the house, said Heidi. Make it fast, said Mum. You don't want to be late on opening night. Inside, Heidi carefully placed her pouch, her medallion, measuring spoons, a bottle of water, a spoon, and a pair of scissors, and a shopping bag. Then she raced to the garbage and unstacked the stand pails. She tossed a red one in the shopping bag. Then she zoomed to the cleaning closet and placed a bristle from the brain. Oh no, thought Heidi. These dumb bristles are made of plastic, not straw. How can a house with 2 witches have a fake broom? Heidi slammed the closet door behind her. She had everything she needed except for the one crummy piece of straw. Now her spell was ruined. She grabbed her shopping bag anyway and ran to the car. At school, Heidi ignored everyone backstage. She put on her makeup and tree costume. Then she peeked around the curtain to see if Aunt Trudy had arrived. As she looked out all the audience, someone pushed her from behind. Heidi stumbled on stage as Milan and Stanley climbed up behind the curtain. Heidi whirled around. She tried to find the spit in the curtain, but all she found was more fabric. Then Lucky opened the curtain and yanked Heidi backstage. Are you okay? Asked Lucky. Heidi wanted to scream, but then she looked at Stanley and got an idea. Help me out my costume, said Heidi. I have to use the bathroom. Lucky lifted the tree trunk over Heidi's head. Hurry up, said Lucky. The play is about to start. I'll be a sec, said Heidi. Heidi grabbed her shopping bag. As she walked past Stanley, she plucked a piece of straw from his scarecrow costume. This will do the trick, she thought. Now Heidi smiled wickedly. Now she had everything she needed to cast her spell. Chapter 8. The spell is on. Heidi hid in a bathroom stall and set the stand pail on the toilet seat. She peeled a candy eye from the strip of paper and dropped from the paper. Then she added the spider, the straw, and gummy worms, and the puppy teeth, and 3 cornflakes. Heidi measured a teaspoon of salt and added it to the mix. Then she stuffed a tiny hole in the cat toy and added 1 tablespoon of catnip. She added 3 splashes of water and mixed the ingredients together with a spoon. Then Heidi closed her eyes. She put her hand over the peel and held the medallion in her left hand. Heidi chanted the words of the spell. Oh, special juice, let your powers loose. Help me quickly. Show me soon the signs. made Milan Matador forget her lines. Now the joke will be on Milan, thought Heidi. Heidi gathered her things and headed backstage. The play had just started, and there was Milan, scratching her head. She couldn't remember her lines. The spell had worked. Miss Naughtywood gave Milan her opening line. "Oh, Tutu," she said, "I wish I could go somewhere over the rainbow." Milan tried to repeat the words, but she forgot them again. Kids backstage whispered and laughed. Milan's face turned red. She began to cry. Miss Naughtywood ran on stage. "Ladies and gentlemen," she said, "we're going to take a short break and be right back." The curtain squawked as it closed. Miss Naughtywood put her arm around Milan. "It's only the jitters," she said. "Take a deep breath." "What's the matter with me?" Milan wailed. "How did I become a terrible dwarfy?" Then something strange happened. Something so crazy. Heidi had to pinch herself. Heidi Heckelbeck felt sorry for Milan. "How can this be?" she wondered. "Milan is my worst enemy." But Heidi couldn't bear to see Milan so upset. Heidi knew what it felt like, and now she had made something else feel the same way. There was only one thing to do. Chapter 9. The Star is Born. Heidi ran back to the bathroom with the things. She entered a stall and set the red pail on the toilet seat. Heidi put her right hand over the pail and held her right hand over the pail and held her medallion in her left hand. Then she closed her eyes and refused the spell. Thank you. Now all is well. Undo my work and refuse the spell." As soon as Heidi walked out of the bathroom, she heard Milan's voice. "I remember my lines," Milan shouted. "Oh, good. Thank heavens," Miss Naughtywood. "Okay, children, take your places." After that, nobody tripped and no one forgot a single line. At the end, everyone came out on stage for their bows. Heidi could hear her dad cheering up for her from the audience. The play wasn't so bad, thought Heidi, but she was glad it was over. "You were the best scary tree ever," Dad, as he handled a cupcake with the ruby slippers on the top. "I want one too," said Henry. "Me too," said Mom. "We'll be right back," said Dad. He, Mom, and Henry set off on cupcake hunt. Then Aunt Trudy gave Heidi a big hug. "Isn't it a bit strange that Milan forgot her lines?" asked Aunt Trudy. And then suddenly, just like that, she remembered them. "I can explain it. Can you?" Heidi looked at the floor. and Freddie knew exactly what Heidi had done. Did you learn something? Asked Aunt Freddie. Yes, said Heidi. It feels terrible to make someone unhappy. Good girl, said Aunt Freddie. But how come Milan's mean to me? Asked Heidi. That's Milan's problem, said Heidi, not yours. And hopefully someday Milan will learn how to be kind too. And that, along with her cupcakes with the ruby slippers on top, made Heidi feel like a star. The end. Thank you for listening.